Alright, hello everybody, this is Aaron Schrage, and this is going to be my presentation. I chose to do the topic of health security, and the area I chose was Bethel, Alaska. I chose Bethel because I know they have a hospital, which is one of the few Alaska Native villages to have one, and I also know from previous research throughout the class that they also take in a lot of Alaska Natives from outside Bethel, from the surrounding villages, and do healthcare on them as well. So I thought this was a great community to do a research of health security on, as it's intriguing and you can learn a lot from this. So a quick overview, I'm going to define health security in my own terms. I'm also going to be going over the 5 metrics that I chose for measuring health security in my chosen community, Bethel. So health security, in my terms, I left it quite vague, but it's the overall health of a population. I left it vague because health security is people-centered, multi-sectoral, comprehensive, context-specific, and prevention-oriented. And I think having a specific definition could leave things out. Leaving it broad like this allows me to make sure it incorporates everything, as it's a very broad topic. My 5 metrics that I chose are access to healthcare, life expectancy, air quality, access to drinking water, and food security, as I believe all 5 of these tie directly into health security. So looking at access to healthcare, Bethel has healthcare services. Like I said, they are one of the few Alaska Native communities to have a hospital. And having a hospital is very important to having a healthy community. Hospitals do things such as having preventative measures. They do screening for cancers, heart problems. They can find clogged arteries before they are completely closed off and lead to a heart attack. They can provide treatment for these things. Even provide treatment for urgent emergencies, such as if someone cuts themselves with a chainsaw cutting down trees. If you have access to a hospital, it might not be a big deal. You might leave after a few days with a scar and maybe a bad memory and pain. But if you don't have the hospital, cutting your leg could be life or death. So obviously, having a hospital is going to be crucial, as well as reducing unnecessary disability and premature death, which kind of relates to what I was just talking about. If you don't have access to healthcare, it's the difference between life and death for many people in these remote areas. So looking at primary care physicians in Bethel census area, each doctor sees an average of 997 patients, so just shy of 1,000. So that's quite a lot. And that puts a tax on the healthcare system. And on top of that, if we look down below that, 79% of the population of Bethel has health coverage, which is a high amount, but it's not as high as the national average, which sits at about 92%. So there is room for improvement there. If we look down 2018, 45% of uninsured adults said that they remained uninsured because of the cost of coverage was too high. And as we're going to look here in a future slide, the cost of living in Bethel is quite high, especially when it comes to purchasing food. And when everything costs a lot, people have to make cuts somewhere. And here's where we can find a gap in the system. There's limited healthcare services for people in these native villages, as well as the cost can be a heavy burden, especially as a lot of people in these villages live a subsistence lifestyle and may not have a large income. So here is one gap that needs to be looked further into. Solution is we need to increase infrastructure, have more accessible hospitals, or increase the amount of EMTs that are in these villages that could be there for immediate life-threatening intervention. So let's look at life expectancy. So in the United States, the average life expectancy is 78 years. In Bethel, we're just shy of that, of 74 years, which is a huge improvement from what it was just 10, 15 years ago, where it was sitting around 65 years. So there has been tremendous improvements, and a lot of it has simply been educational, but also increasing basic things that we take for granted here in Anchorage, Alaska, where we have things like smoke detectors and life jackets. A lot of these preventative measures that without them, you would have a lot higher amount of deaths. So the statewide deaths from unintentional injuries were decreased by 43% among Alaska Natives, and the deaths from pneumonia and influenza dropped by 50%. And deaths from heart disease dropped by 30%. A big part of this, as I was talking about, smoke detectors and life jackets, but also the local health infrastructure in villages has been increased through community health aides. These community health aides, there's not one in every single village, but there's one in a lot of villages. And they're pretty much nurses that live in these communities. They're part of the community. And then if there's an emergency, they go to the person who needs help, and they wait with them, and they have some treatments that they can do. It's limited, obviously, because they don't have an ER room with them. But it helps bridge the gap between the long response for EMTs and paramedics who have to fly in for a lot of these communities. As I was talking about before, I think that definitely needs to be improved or expanded upon. You could add additional EMTs to these communities to help provide that gap. Okay, next I have air quality. Poor air quality is linked to early deaths, cancer, and leads to many different respiratory diseases and cardiovascular problems. So Bethel actually has pretty good air quality. In fact, on this chart I have here, this is an air quality index, and Bethel is in the green with air quality less than 50 parts per million of pollution. However, with that being said, we do have an increase in wildfires, not just the number of wildfires, but also the size and intensity of wildfires have been growing over the last decade. And with that being said, Bethel is not immune to having these air quality problems. When the wildfires get bad, they reach down into the moderate yellow, and then they even dip into the unhealthy for sensitive groups, the orange here. And this is where you start having health problems for people that are prone to them. So this could be very young children or newborns, and it could also be the elderly, and then people who have pre-existing conditions, people who have asthma or things of the sort will be at greater risk of having breathing difficulty and problems. So the wildfires definitely is linked to climate change. There's no doubt about that. It's linked to it. So this is one of the areas where health is being affected. Now, as the health is being affected of the people in Bethel, and not just them, but the local Native communities, it's going to put a bigger strain on the healthcare system if people start having breathing problems and aren't able to get treatment, or the Bethel Hospital is going to see an increase in patients and are going to be overburdened and not have the resources or personnel to be able to handle such high loads. So this is definitely something that needs to be looked into. Access to drinking water. So Bethel has clean drinking water. However, they are starting to find high levels of copper as well as lead in the water. And they're finding this at where the water comes out of the houses. So they have clean water, and as it's going through the piping and plumbing, as it gets to the end, they're finding that's when it's elevated. So with lead, they're finding it's twice over the national or the federal standard. And with copper, it's half times more than what it should be. And you see the numbers there. And in the city saying that the varies water alkaline, and that's why it's most likely corroding the pipes and fixtures within buildings, which is leading to this. So now we have to figure out what's going to be the best solution. Whose responsibility is this? Is it the homeowner or is it the community? And they're finding that it's a bit of both, and they need everybody to work together to help solve this. It's definitely something that needs to be looked into, because not having clean drinking water is going to have long-term lasting effects on the next generation if they are constantly drinking water that has elevated levels of lead in it, as it's very toxic. And food security. So the Aleutians West Census area, which includes Bethel, Alaska, is found to be the highest prevalence of adult obesity at 40%. Approximately 9 in 10 Alaska adults do not consume the recommended daily servings of fruit and vegetables, and the prevalence of not meeting the nutritional recommendations has remained near this level for the past 20 years. Now, if we go right below that really quick, 58% of those surveyed in the study agreed that it was due to expense, 36% agreed that it was due to lack of availability, and 27% said it was because of inconvenience. Now, when we look at Bethel, it's very expensive to get food there. And then when it comes to growing food and vegetables, it's very difficult because you have a very short window to do that. Your summer is only a few months long. And on top of that, it's just a harsh climate for growing, as the sun's always out, so your vegetables will end up getting sunburnt and died off if not properly maintained, or if they're not acclimated to the sun, which requires having a greenhouse, generally speaking, and is a lot of work. So it's very expensive. It's actually more expensive to grow food in Bethel than it is to ship food in. And because of that, it's hard to get fresh fruits out there. So when we're talking about having a healthy lifestyle, it's very difficult to have get your fruits and recommended vegetables in order to maintain that healthy lifestyle. So obviously we have found a few gaps with health security in Bethel. We need to improve the infrastructure for hospitals, improve the amount of EMTs that we have in the remote villages. We need to be looking into having improved air quality throughout the buildings in the communities, as climate change continues to increase the amount of wildfires and smoke that is being brought into the communities. And we need to be finding a way to be able to get more education on healthy lifestyles and getting nutritional foods out into the villages, as it's very difficult to do that currently. So improving infrastructure such as roads, and maybe creating more airports for planes to bring shipments of food into some of these communities could be very beneficial. So thank you everyone for listening to my health security in Bethel, Alaska.